Okay, now guys, the lights. Let's check this out. Giants has given us what's called the shared light code. And we're gonna go over what needs to be done here in the Giants editor, and then we'll jump into the XML. So really neat, really neat. You have your mod here, right? And I already created a little transform group for my lights. I'm gonna have it on the outside. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to import. And they actually gave us a ton here. I think in this video I'm going to have a download available. It's already in your game. If you go to these lights right here, you already have this file, but I'll make a little upload for you guys just in case you can't really see it. So if you go to your shared and then you go to your assets, there is a lights. Go to lizard, and this file right here, all lights, is way in. That actually shows what all these lights are, so you don't have to sit there and individually open up each one. And then there's XMLs in here that you're going to load. There's a left and a right XML that will show you all that XML coding later on. And the Hello lights also as well have the same thing. And these are all in-game usable, so it's actually really a lot easier to use these in-game lights than it is anything else. See, this actually shows all the Hello lights now, which different ones you can use. And as corny as this, I've been writing a book, and it's going to have pictures of all these. That way it's easy reference. It's like a modding companion, because I get tired of having to look at this image or have it open to use the one I want. So we'll close that down. But we have these lights here, and I'm going to use these lights, the normal lizard lights. Let's look at my area that I want to put a lights. I need front headlights, and I think they would be best right there. Took out the old ones, and I'm going to use an in-game one strictly for the purpose of this video. Okay, so let's find something that kind of looks nice. As you're looking through here, you got side markers, rear red lights, front oval lights, working light. I hope you guys can hear me okay. These diesel engines are loud on this boat. You got a rear plate light, all kinds of different stuff. Got the Coast Guard talking in the background, all kinds of fun stuff. So the light we're going to want to use probably, it's got a square shape to it, and we can adjust these too. We can use these. So I think what we're going to use, we need kind of a square looking light. There's a working light square. But we'd have to stretch the crap out of it. I don't know if I want to do that. We're just kind of peeking around. Okay, let's see what that one, we're going to have to adjust this one a little. It has a full, we need more of a mount type. So many lights in here, huh? Working light square 3. Let's just try that. We're going to have to adjust its size and stuff. I'm doing this intentionally so you guys can see how to make them look exactly how you want them to look. That was, sorry, I forgot the name of it. It was a working light square number 3. Working light square number 3. Working light square number 3. So it'd be this one right here. And it's going to come with all that. Don't worry about that. Just hit Control X, and we're going to paste it inside of our lights. And then we're going to hit Control B to interactive placement. And then I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. And this light is ridiculously big for this platform. Big light. See? So let's see what it looks like when I crunch it down. Go like this. I'll make it smaller and see if it distorts it too much or if we can actually get it to fit where we want it. And I'll show you how to make this effect stay when you go to load it in game. Back it up to like right there. I wish Giants Editor kind of was like Blender, where you could just hit the period key and it would autofocus on it. So I'm going to dig that for right now, just so I can show you guys kind of how to adjust a light like that and make it work. So we'll hit Control D to duplicate it, and then we're going to drag it over and paste it on this side. Place it where I want it. That's good enough for me. I want to spend all day on this video. Okay, so now we need some rear lights. Need some rear lights back here, and those as well are going to be a squarish looking thing. So let's look for a squarish looking rear light. That's kind of neat. I like that rear chamber light that has a turn signal in it and a rear brake light. We might go for that one. Okay, so rear chamber light 2. So we'll import in a rear chamber light 2. Rear chamber light 3, rear chamber light 2. Okay. So now you have the left and the right, and this is super, pay attention to this, because in the game, it's going to load it up like this. There is a left and a right XML, so it's two completely different functions. So when you hit your left turn signal will go off for it, and your right, vice versa. So we'll just hit Control X on both of these guys after I highlight them. Control X will paste those into our lights as well, and then probably move up that left one. Hit Control B to place it right here, and then we need to rotate it on the V axis. Oh no, that one? No, I'm bad guessing right now. It's gonna be a negative 90. Oh, not 900. That's not the rear chamber light that we wanted. Rear 5 chamber light 2. Did I name that? Rear chamber light 5? I totally dinked up. See, so you totally could get the wrong one you want. It still would have worked. Rear 5. I want the rear chamber light 5. Alright, man, not too bad. Little video in 7 minutes. Okay, so now that I got both of these, I got the right ones in here, I think. Pretty sure I do. We will get them back here using interactive Control B placement, and then we know that we're going to rotate it negative 90 degrees on there, and now we have to scale it because it's way too big. So let's try 0.6. No, not quite. 0.5. That's looking a little better. 5.5. These are just going to be tiny little lights. Looks like. That's okay. So military needs to maintain operational security. Doesn't need a lot of lights. Okay, now I got my lights in here. And we will bust up the... What I like to do is I hit Control, Shift, and C on the left one, and then I click on the right one in the translation box, top one, and I hit Control, Shift, and B, and it pastes it where I kind of want it, but at least it's level. And what I'll do is I'll apply all the same settings, the scale and the rotation, as I did for the other one, and then really simple, sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't, I'll put a negative in front of the translate X. See, so the mod's not exact, or the model's not exactly even, or I don't have the placement exactly even, but most times that will, if it's even all the way across the board, like the directional stuff, nothing's longer than anything else going left or right, then it'll place it exactly where, like digitally where it's supposed to be, but we make it work. And we kind of do the same thing. Okay, so those lights are placed. Now the trick here is we're not going to leave them like that, even though that looks pretty sweet. I mean, going to have blinkers, going to have rear working lights, got the right, the left. That's all I'm going to put for lights right now. So we're going to create a transform group. We're going to name it just real lights for the hell of it. You can name it whatever you want. Control exit. I'm going to paste it into my lights. And then a really easy way to do this is just find another mod that has a light, so you don't have to do all the different settings. We'll just go to data real quick, and then vehicles, So lizard right there, lizard. We're gonna import in the small truck. That 78 truck. Okay, so we'll import in him. I want to hit save. I always forget to hit save. Hit save. Okay, so we got him in here. He's hiding. He's little compared to what I got. That's a big tank. I didn't realize how big that tank was. Okay. Lights. We'll go into the lights here. And you can kind of look at the different settings. So that's a light low, range is set at 20. And then there's a front light here that's set at 25. So these, it's kind of confusing, but if you just want to make it really simple, hit Control C. We're going to paste in that light into our vehicle. And then, I mean, there's blinkers, and you can use this method that I'm teaching you right now to apply all this. We're just going to do the front and back lights, just the normal rear and front lights. So let's find our, but each turn signal can have a light. See, there's all the turn signals, backlights, high. So it has two right here. Really makes it wide. Okay, so simplicity's sake, whoop, like that. Hit Control D. I don't like that angle. It's got like a weird back other way here. Show our lights here. There's a lot of lights. Okay, delete this truck. I don't need any more of your lights. Is there anything else on you I need? Cameras, mirrors. I could use some mirrors. Copy your code. We'll go into mirrors later on. Right now, I just want his mirrors, and we'll set them invisible. Okay, nope, I think that's all I need from him. If not, we'll import him back in. It's not very hard. Okay, so we have our two lights here. Got our two fronts, and then let's just duplicate this again. And rotate it. I don't like these. Sometimes if your rotations just get all out of whack, just level it out. Go through and just zero everything out and start anew. See, so let's go back to here. Give it a little bit of an angle. This is just going to be my reverse light. Boop. Okay, so now I got my front lights, reverse lights, and we could put at a later date. You guys will see it on my Patron mod, but I am going to put another light right here, right inside of this little bracket. I'm not going to do that right now because I don't want this video to get way wicked long, because that's just how you do all the placement. And don't mind this camera. I'm in a camera with a light right now because I hate having to look around for lights. So we got all our lights placed. They're going to be bright as can be. Got our working lights, all this fun stuff. This mod is ready to be coded, to be honest with you. It's ready. All right, so we'll hit save. Hit save on that. All my rigid bodies are great. Let's hit save. Jump into the XML. Okay, now the XML part of the lights here. So we'll open up our lights thingy-majiggy. We'll keep our real ones, but I already created a transform right here. I'll just go zero it all out here. And then we're gonna find this working square light. Okay, working square light 3. What we're gonna do is open up In here, your data, shared, assets, lights, lizard, or if you're in the hello lights, and the name of that was the working square light 3. So from here, we're going to find working square light 3 XML. It's a text document. Once we find that, working light square, I gotta remember remember this little guy right here. We had working light square 3. It's gotta be exactly working light square 3. Where was that? Down here, working light square 3. So it's this one right here, I think. Double check again. Working light square 3, working light square 3. Okay, so we'll rename it, but don't hit Control C to copy it, and then click off of it. Do not change the name of it. Do not accidentally change the name of it. We're going to go in here and find another mod that has this shared light code. If you don't want to manually type it, if you do, then you can, but I wouldn't. It's boring. And first off, we're going to put our link node here and where the file is that we just located. So it's in data, shared, assets, lights, lizard, and it is now we're going to change this XML name to the proper name. And we have 2 of these, so we might as well just do the next one while we're here. So now let's find this link node. This link node, we've already placed our lights. We got the scale set, all this stuff, all these configurations that we did to this light. So in order to preserve that, but still we're going to delete these lights right here. So we'll hit Control W, and that's called replace. Now it's already got the target working light squared, and we're going to replace it with this transform. Load, and we'll hit replace. Now it's going to put this transform exactly all the attributes is the same one, even the scale and all that. Okay, now we take this node index path right there, right, and we go into here, get rid of that for a second, we're over there, and we'll paste it right here. And the next one, obviously, is going to be a 1, but we're going to have to do the same thing. You want to delete these, otherwise the game will still load it and load in the new light. So we'll load it in here. You press the load button and it loads that target, and we'll just hit replace again. And it did the same thing. It changed the, all the different attributes. And then it was number 1. So now, but the second light I want it to come on, you know how you have your different stages of your lights, low, bright, high. I want it to be a high. So I'm going to copy this light types right here and paste it into that box, so that working square light will come on when you turn on the highlights. Okay, so now we need to do what do we got to do next here? The rear chamber lights. So we'll hit F to find it really quick. Rear chamber lights. Okay, same thing. We're going to load in the target, and then we'll have our transform here. We'll hit replace, and it's going to put a transform right there. Doesn't matter the name, anything like that. We'll just copy this right here. We're going to paste it into here. I'm not going to need most of this rest of this code here, so I can delete all of that. Pretty sure. Yep. Okay. And this is a rear brake light stuff. So I'm not going to have it I'm not going to need it as a light type. If we did that, then it would only turn on when you turned on those light types, which isn't what you want to do, unless you want to do that. So, okay, so I got 1, 2, and then 1, and we know this last one's going to be a 3. We'll just double check for the heck of it. Right? Yep, 1, 3, and we'll do the same thing here. Load, and then just hit replace, and it puts a transform group right there. All the same attributes, everything. And it's 1, 3. It's the same in there. Okay. Now we're going to move on to the actual real lights here, and this is going to my real lights. Here's my high, or what it's called, high anyways. This will be my low one, my first one that comes on, and we'll copy that index path there, come back into this XML, we'll paste it there. Let's paste it there too, or you can just do copy and paste this whole thing. And then the next one is going to be my light types 2, so that'd be 1. See, I'll show you where it matches up right here. My next index, that's the right light, and that's 1 right there. So then, and then this is going to be my reverse light. So we'll copy that index path right there, and then you can have in quite a few other lights in here, like turn signal lights and stuff like that. So now I copy these and these, just paste it, make it the same. I don't have beacons on this bad boy, so I'm going to delete that. There's a really good video by Ben, or Mr. Crampa, I probably butchered his name, Benjamin Crampa. I'll link him down below, because I like some of his videos when he does it. But that is how you do the lights. And now when you go in game, you don't see your lights there anymore, but the game knows that it needs to load that light with these attributes right here, and it needs to be right there. And then the game will handle all the difficult stuff. So the last thing we have to do is actually get those lights we had, which I think the ones we had was the rear 5 chamber light. So we actually have to get that XML code, rear 5 chamber light 2. We'll find it in here. Rear chamber light, rear 5. It's hard to find these. You could just do control search. Rear chamber light 2 left, and then you have a right. So there, oh, I just had it. Where'd you go? Rear chamber light 2. Now it's rear 5 chamber light. Remember, we almost did that last time. Okay, so rear chamber light left. Copy that. And then we'll paste it in here. And that's our left one. And then you could go back and do the same thing again and copy it, or you could just write right. And now that is how you enter in some basic lights on this bad boy, and maybe we'll do a little video once we get working in game showing you how they work. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button, guys. I know this is the first lights video out here on this, so really smash that like button if you want me to keep making these videos. Do you feel the